A very warm welcome, everybody, to the sponsored by Poison Saigon Women 9-Ball Open. And what a match we have for you here, as Constantino from the Philippines is taking on Lim from Singapore, former, I believe, Commonwealth Games champion. Lim will be a very interesting match. In the booth, Eric Goorlefsen and myself, Tim de Ruiter. This is a best out of 3 sets, races to 4. The winner will be off to a great journey through the winner bracket. Welcome, Eric.
Hey, Tim. Good to be with you. Yeah, both these players not as familiar to me. We'll see how the gameplay goes. But that Commonwealth Games Championship is a pretty strong title.
Yeah, not exactly like you said. Not too much information about both of the players. I mean, I know that now I lost her name. One of the Philippine strongest, Rubelin, she actually put on Facebook that she was very happy to see so many young female players from the Philippines joining this tournament. So possibly a first experience in a very strong and big tournament for Constantino. I'm very curious to see what she can do. She looked very strong in the warm-up, but that's just warm-up. You know how it goes.
Sure. Yeah, well, the Philippine women will be a little shorter on experience compared to some of the other women that have been competing internationally for a while. But it's like you said, I was just about to say as well, it's good to see a new crop of female players coming out of the Philippines. I catch them on the reel sometimes. They're playing the challenge matches. They're getting in the trenches. So they have good background in the game.
Well, it's all to play for. And the first break goes to Lim. But it does come up dry. What do we have on the 3-ball?
Yeah, I like how she hit it there. I believe that cut break gives you the best chance of possibly making the corner ball or making the one on the side. I don't know what you've seen in the tournament, Tim. I've seen a lot of women going kind of square at it.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the side break. The only difference is if you catch it a little thinner, or either way, the little bit of overcut either way, I feel like the results really differ from the hit you have. Now, Raki Constantino from the Philippines, here at the table, she only lost 2-1, so deciding set, to Shasha Lu from China, which really is not such a bad result if you think about it. She lost
There you go.
two sets 4-3. So she can play. I mean, we're not talking.
No. Yeah, no doubt she's a class player if she got that type of result against Liu. So look for a competitive match here.
Yeah, for Lim, she lost to Jessica Centeno, one of the probably most on fire type of player at the moment, I would say. Got the World 10-Ball champion title under her belt, so she does have the confidence at the moment, and basically she didn't have too much chances, I would say, if you look at the scoreline, 2-0. Oh, I like
Strong
this.
play there. Yeah, not as easy as you think to judge an exact stop shot over that distance. Hit it nice and squarely. Open chance now for Constantino. Get her to see an open run-out play here. Don't really know the reason why we haven't seen more women Filipinos on the international scene. Assuming it was just kind of a cultural thing. They just weren't in the pool room as much as men were. But that's changing now.
Yeah, overall, it gave me the impression. I mean, I would love to have someone tell me I'm wrong. Overall, I mean, it's a very common thing. I felt like it's more of a financial issue. I mean, apparently there's quite a bit of women putting themselves right into the grease, but yeah, I mean, if you don't have the financial possibilities to travel, then yeah, you start to struggle. You don't want to put yourself. Ooh, she really used all of the pocket there, and that's one of the reasons why I think Rubelin put it out there. You know, she's maybe been wanting to have all the younger or the more talented players to go travel, but they might not ever had the finances for it.
Yeah, and I think a thing that plagued a lot of Filipino players in the past too was that they couldn't get visas to leave the country. But now with pool becoming more of a professional sport, the government's recognizing that and fast tracking that a lot more, making it a lot more accessible. She looked good in that rack, Tim. Typical Filipino fundamentals, kind of quick on the forward stroke, but that's how they play. That's how they're taught. Good pace on the backstroke.
Well, overall, quite relaxing pace on the table. The Filipino style, I would say. Hit this break nice. She's gonna get a shot on the one. Is she gonna be able to hold the one ball for the two? I would say so, right?
Yeah, a little less speed than comfortable, but she is able to hold it around middle table. Run into the 6 if she's really worried about it, but it is pretty steep, so it looks like she's just going to play safe. Oh no, 2 rails back. Yeah, I favored the undercut there to slow the cue ball down. Just an in-between spot. No pocket for the 2 here, really. Safe options behind the 6. Just be a little bit mindful of the speed on the 2, catching a rail. Nicely played. Had to stun it. Couldn't roll at it. Tough to control that ball exactly. Did well there. Have to contact the 2 pretty thinly to have a shot at the combo here, and you'd have to hit it with draw. Just trying to get over onto the right side of the 2 ball. If you end up clipping the 9 exactly, it's a bonus. I think she got her, Tim. It's close. Pretty sure the 6 has her.
Yeah, looks like the 6 ball came right in between. Always a little bit of a guess on the jump. In case you don't make it, it's always a little bit guessing, but she's kicking over the short rail. A lot of balls wide in the open, so not too much cover to get overall. Unless you hit it that
Found
well.
it,
Whoa.
Okay. Yeah, great shot. Another jump shot for Constantino coming here. Four balls in a good position for the cue ball. Just get a little bit below center. Solid hit. Little roll on the result. Carom could be on here. Two ball would be pretty out of control.
Oh, two ball a little bit short of pace there. So there's a shot on just a shape on the four ball. I mean, to just make this two ball, I would say, okay, high percentage, but just the shape, you probably will have to go either a lot of inside, well, I was gonna say, or two rails, but you might have to play inside.
Nice hit.
Well, I said nothing
Did
there.
have,
I mean, she made it look
yeah,
very easy,
did,
Eric.
sure, did have a bit of right on that ball too, which made the shot a lot tougher. You can see it within two racks that Constantino's a class player. Nice and long on the backstroke. She looks pretty young, Tim, like younger than 25. Not too much angle here. Side pocket's been proving to play pretty tight over the course of the week. Really got to target the object ball well. Did well there. Super long reach here. No chance of even going for the extension, just too long of a reach. I'm liking what I'm seeing here.
Yeah, I'm on the same boat. I'm very, very much surprised by Raki. She is playing not the same speed as Cheska is in around the table, but a very smooth vibe around the table. Reminds me of when I used to be on.
Good slow backstroke.
Superb stuff there for Constantino, who's up 2-0. Yeah, for two players you might have never seen before, I'm quite sure you are pretty much surprised.
And you're right, she has that Centeno-like confidence. Just kind of freewheeling a little bit, believing in her talent. It's good to see. And considering
I always
look
at it.
Go ahead.
I always look at it the long run. If you consider you need new players after the generation we have now, well, this could be it for the Philippines.
Sure. Corner ball down. No shot on the one. See what her push knowledge is like here. Kind of like the middle of the top short rail. A lot of blockers in the middle of the table. Just force her into something with distance.
Yeah, I've seen some interesting comments about the Predator error rack. Honestly, in my opinion, I don't think everything about it is so true. Because people have been saying, well, they've not been racking so well, and then most of it within the 10 ball discipline. But it doesn't really make sense if the referee has been racking the balls now 3 times and the wing ball has been flying in straight in every single break with a solid hit. So it might really be the break on the hand rack compared to just the rack. I think it's well, it's too easy to blame the rack, I feel like.
Yeah, and the specific referee has a bit to do with it, and the referees are getting better as these tournaments go along. Just no matter what hand rack you have, you're never going to have the same consistency as a template. But it lends. Wow, Tim, look at this end position.
This is a real. I don't know what's happening right now. That was a fantastic shot there from Constantino. That might actually be one for the highlight reels. That was
Just stop me
one
mid
of the best
sentence
shots
there.
I've seen in 5 days.
Gonna have to develop something towards the 7 off the 6. 5's in a decent position to get that angle. Caught a half kick there on the 3, I think. Trying to cheat the pocket, create a little more angle to the right with the cue ball because she wanted to be on the. Make sure she was on the left side of the table for the 6. Caught a little thickly, so a little more on the rail than she'd want. You like just floating this one in, one rail?
Yeah, I kind of feel like you have to. I mean, besides wanting a nice angle on the 6 to do something with 7, I don't feel like if you play 2 rails, you always have to get above. And whenever you get to the point where things get interesting, before you know it, you get too straight. So, yeah, as you can see, she also turned out now, because she went 2 rails, she did get very awkward on, well, on opening the 7 or the 8 after this.
Yeah, the combo's still there. She's not going to be able to access it from this angle, I don't think. No. Layup safe behind the 8. But yeah, as far as the breakout, I think you have to go one rail there.
Extension.
Looks like she might have left the left long rail here. Tough to kick safe out of a shot like this. If you hit it squarely, you got a shot with the cue ball running through the 7, getting down near the short rail. Ideally, the 7 comes back somewhere in the middle of the opposite short rail. Not bad there. Really got to be on the table to see the exact thinness of these shots. Yeah, it's thick enough. She's going to go offense here.
Yeah, still funny though. You could end up behind the 9, I kind of feel like. if you play 4-rail shape on the 8. Pace is the biggest problem in this shot, and she is... No, she actually did a really good job there. I was gonna say it was very easy to land either behind the 9 or even if she played 2 more rails to get the shape. There was a big risk to it. But in this case, if she taps the 8 in soft, she does have the cut. Ooh! Oh, no, no, no.
Yeah, trying to play the thicker part of the pocket there to hold the cue ball, but that's a big mistake. So Constantino coming out pretty strong. Big mistake there by Lim, and all of a sudden Constantino's on the hill here. Watch this shot on the 1 if they show it. Big speed, 3 rails around. Look at this. Perfect position on the 2.
Yeah, overall, I mean, to be completely honest, I don't think we've seen too much from Venus Lim so far.
Set 1, rack number 4. Rack
Constantino putting quite the clinic out there, I feel like.
Just missing the corner ball there. Chance for Lim to get back into it. Safe behind the 8's looking good here. Maybe try to create a little more distance, but I think just percentages of getting behind the 8 are very high here. Good shot.
I do like to go 2 rails on this. Just wondering. Oh, I do. Most of it I do like to go over the top short rail. She's going this way.
Yeah, I think.
Do I like this way
Yeah, I
better?
think the 8 might be just blocking a bit of that top short rail. That was the first one I saw as well, but I think the 8 might have been blocking it. Look at this, just made it.
Oh.
Oh, wow, hung up.
She made it look like it's something for breakfast. She made that look so easy. Well, she didn't make it, but she really made that look like, well, I'm just gonna kick it 2 rails, and most of the time I make it kind of shot. That was an incredible effort. Oh, this is gonna hurt. This is gonna hurt.
Yeah. Unlucky. Good action coming back. Just caught the exact line of the 3 ball there. Gonna have to bail herself out here. Thought that was playing long.
foul.
Thought the play was actually 3 or 4 rails back. 3 probably. So, chance to see some more open play from Constantino here. You were mentioning that result earlier with Xia Lu, and even, like you said, both sets you lost were on the hill. and won a set. So talking about one of her first major tournaments outside of the Philippines. And she's right in the mix already.
Well, just like in the men's division, I think there's always talent somewhere out there on the planet we have never heard of. But
Sure.
yeah, I mean, most of the time it's a financial issue. I mean, oh,
Must have been a
did
close
she
foul over top of the 9
touch the
there.
ball?
Yeah, it must have been the 9.
Oh wow.
Taking it well.
Well, overall, overall, I think it's more of a financial thing. Just happy that I kind of feel like most of the pool players are slowly making more money and money compared to, was it 5, 10, 15 years ago? So the more money they actually get, the more they can actually do with it, reinvest. And I think Constantino might be one of the examples for it.
Yeah, making more from tournaments, more sponsorship options out there. Gonna get to see a couple male players from the Philippines in the Pro Billiard Series that we haven't seen before. Kyle Amoroto made it through the qualifiers. AJ Manas made it through the qualifiers.
Well, actually, I believe it was 7 out of 16 spots did go to Pinoy players. And then a lot of people would go, yeah, but it's a qualifier. Who joins these kind of things? I mean, must be a lot of locals. But we've seen quite some battles. I mean, for example, Moritz Neuhausen. He is playing probably the best pool I've ever seen him play at the moment. He had to go through the qualifier, and he did qualify, but it didn't always come easy. Like, it was a tough field. So then again, to have so many Filipino players join the main field, it's just always a special thing.
First rack on the board for Lim. Capable player herself. Gonna have to come with a more run-out play to neutralize Constantino, I think, going forward here in this match.
One rack number 5, he has the break.
A little thinner on the cut there. Nothing down. The sweet spot for the cut break is right between the middle diamond and the diamond closer to the side pocket. Even around the middle diamond works a lot of the time. Just got it in a little thin on that one. Tough
Yeah, I
shot there,
kind
but
of.
wasn't it?
Oh.
Yeah.
Kind of feel like she didn't really want to make the one ball as much. She kind of steered away from the shot just because of the shape on the two ball.
Extension.
Can she run the cue ball at the 9 here? Is the 6 in the way? I think it might be, but still getting around that area I think is good for the cue ball. Oh, went after it. Made it. What a shot. Look at this. Outside the box play.
What a fantastic shot, actually, she's played there. And
Yeah.
just what she needed. She's still trailing 3-2. But like we've been mentioning a couple times, I mean, these short sets, the momentum also goes all over the place. Just with some good play, it's really anybody's game. And who knows? I mean, this could be a very close set. Still yet to come.
Set 1, rack number 6, winners to break.
Been going to the cut break on the first two. Seems like that's your strategy here. Wants to hit this one a little thicker than the last one. Oh, went square that time. The corner ball's down. 2 balls down. No shot on the 1, so gonna have to find somewhere to push here. Does she have just enough of it, Tim? She must be by the way she's approaching this.
Well, I would say she doesn't have enough of it, but exactly what you're saying. If she's shooting, then she did have enough. Just missed it actually on the other side, so.
Yeah, missed it on the thick side, so she did have enough. Bit of cue ball moving from 5 to 6. Way the cue ball's moving here, it's going to naturally leave her with some angle on the 5. Like 2 rails here, Tim?
Yeah, well, you could play 3 rails. I'd rather play too much and give myself guaranteed a look on the 2 than going 2 rails and maybe get a little bit too short. But she went 1 rail straight over. She managed nicely. I mean, I think it's a little bit different than you and me would play. Maybe if you would play it 10 times straight out, a little bit different, but ooh.
Yeah, too much angle
She's
here. Gonna
already
have to draw in
down.
between the 8, 9. Yeah, no kidding.
And honestly, she didn't really hit it as, like, she really put a solid effort in there. I mean, she's missed the 7 just by a slight smudge, but really, it's not like she put a bad effort on there.
Yeah, the cue ball was perfect. She knew what he was doing. She knew what she was doing with the cue ball.
Extension.
I've mentioned this a few times throughout the tournament. I really believe the sides on these arc tables have tightened up a little bit. Seeing a lot of balls catching both points. Can see the overhead there. Shelf's pretty short. Kind of makes the side pockets a little smaller. Going for the kick here. Sat riding on this shot. Nice shot. Not perfect with the cue ball, but see how she's able to manage these tight side pockets here. Maybe corner. No, side.
Always a little bit of a tester on the queuing. No, I don't know. I don't know what I just said. I mean, she made it look like it was a hanger.
I actually thought she was going to slow roll it, but she was confident enough to play it with speed up table. Good shot.
Yeah. This to make it a hill opening set. And there it is. So it is a hill opening set. 3 each. And Raki Constantino, I feel like a little bit in trouble because she started off great, but she has slowed down a bit overall in her performance.
Yeah, it's been an interesting set. Constantino, no doubt, as we've noted, a talented player. You know, just might find herself in little spots like getting out of position on the 7, like she did there. Have to see her play more to see what her overall level of play is, but definitely has talent. Lim looks pretty steady. Made that great long bank on the 1-9 there to get herself back in the set.
Well, one thing I've definitely
Number 7, Venus to break.
taken from the Commonwealth Games where I've seen Venus Lim for the first time is the fact that she might not have the most rhythm around the table, but she really does dig very deep. And I actually believe, especially in the women side of pool, I think that's a very nice quality to have. Knowing that whatever happens, you just bust your everything to try and get a result. I think it's worth a lot. She does
Yeah,
dig
good
very
fighting
deep.
qualities. Yeah.
Yeah.
Quite sure if she has enough of the 1 here. Even if she does, it's a very tough shot, elevated with speed to kind of get back for the 3 properly. Don't think she would have missed it by that much if she was trying it, so probably didn't have enough there. Had to go rail first. Half chance for Constantino. 3 doesn't pass the 9, and the cue ball's kind of running into the 7. Could play a side rail to side rail safe here. That works as well. Just got past the side pocket where it's going to be tough for Lim here. Pretty much unmakeable, actually. Wonder if she'll try a similar kick to what she did on the 7. This one's tougher. She'll have to play it with left spin. Not much else, though.
Extension.
Yeah, just looking at the brackets, quite some interesting results. Obviously, in the double elimination stage, there's always going to be the surprises, the interesting ones.
Beautiful
For
kick here by
example-
Lim.
Oh
Go
yeah,
ahead, Tim.
I was so going on the scores that I completely missed out on her kicking that ball in. Did she get enough of a 3 ball? Nope. She is
Not
jumping. Ooh.
enough. Yeah, gonna have to pull
Tough
another
to get
rabbit
on the
out
4.
here.
Oh, look at the cue
Distance,
ball.
see
This
how
might actually
it lands.
end up all right.
Well, Constantino fired in a high-speed one like this 2 racks ago. Just going to have to do it again here. Don't like rolling at this ball. I think it's thick enough that you can draw over to the right long rail. And maybe back across the 4.
Well, to get back on the scores, for example,
Wow.
Kennedy Mayman from the USA. Did she... Every time I start talking about scores, something amazing happens.
No
This is-
problem, but she fired that one in. Wow, what a shot.
I mean, listen, I'd rather start talking about the scores again. What a beautiful shot that was on a 3 ball.
Look at this. Gonna have a little too much speed here, maybe?
Well, the good
Draw
news is
into
she
the
does
9
have the
here.
9 to play. Yeah.
Yeah. What an out this would be under pressure here.
Last try. Kennedy Mayman beat Ian Su. It was an impressive win. I've seen Su play. I was quite impressed. And Savannah Easton from the USA. She beat, and now don't take me wrong on the pronunciation, but I would say Hong Nung Le, I think ish, in the deciding set. So that must have been a very close one too. And that 6 ball. Honestly, I'm not too sure why she did that much, but this is a huge roll she got with the 9
Yeah.
coming in right between.
Yeah, I think she overdid the speed a little bit there. Just a little bit raw in some tight spots. But she's impressive. Another roll back for Lim. Can try to stick the cue ball where the 7 is. Really got to get into the round 2 rails with a lot of right spin to possibly get coverage with the 9. Yeah, see, in the future she'll recognize she can hit that one with more speed, come around to the 3rd rail, maybe give herself a chance to get behind the 9. It's just little improvements for her. But all the talent is there. Tough
Well,
to see, but
pretty decent
I'm eagerly-
result.
Yeah, going for the jump cue. I was just going to say, eagerly awaiting another big stroke shot from Constantino, but now she's got to go to the jump cue here. Gonna leave it open, maybe. Oh, it's come behind the 8 again. So a couple rolls for Constantino here in this hill game. Lim forced to be on defense. See if she can pull off another one.
I have to say, she's kind of pushed into playing directly into the 6, but most of the shots were going to leave something in the open. Was not very easy to get the cover unless she could have brought the cue ball maybe behind the 7, but sensitive. I think it's very sensitive what she had to play there, Eric.
Yeah. Yeah, didn't have a lot of options. Left side of the 6, kind of. She's not afraid to go after it, Tim. That's for sure. Perfect position. Just slightly overcut the pocketing. Like the cue ball behind the 7 here.
Well, just like I mentioned, she does fight her heart out. And this is a pretty nice safety. Not saying it's impossible to hit. The 6 is pretty close near the rail, but
Foul.
it did give her the ball in hand. And this is a huge chance for Lim to still capture this set.
Nicely played. Doesn't want to get too far below it. Pretty far where it's going to be slightly uncomfortable, but I think she can draw out of it, kill the speed, play in the same pocket. Worked out. Chance for Lim now to take down the first set after being stuck 3-0. Good comeback here, showing a lot of heart. A couple small mistakes from Constantino.
Well, this 9 to steal the set for Venus Lim.
Venus
And
1.
she has done it. Amazing comeback she's made in this opening set. Venus Lim now captures the first set, putting quite a lot of pressure on Araki Constantino.
Both players look like they're going to
Still-
stay in the arena between sets.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, what's your take on having a break, for example, every set or every? I mean, I know quite a lot of players nowadays that like to take every break they can take.
Yeah, just for me as a personal statement, I like staying at the table. Once my mind is set on being in a match, I just feel like I don't need to reset it, and it's almost, I don't know. I've just never been a player to take breaks when I'm in there. I feel like I can regroup before I'm at the table the next time, and I feel like if I leave the table, then my focus is shifted. I'm not saying that's completely proper, but that's just how it is for me. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of I kind of like your mindset in it. On the other side, I also understand that it's not easy. These matches, they sometimes last, well, let's say best out of 3 sets. Sometimes they last, what is it, 2 hours, 2.5 hours. So I do like, oh,
Just gonna go
I'm
now.
not too sure. She might still go. Yeah, I was going to say, I'm not too surprised if players do so. I mean, it's not easy to stay in dead punch for such a long period of time. So I do understand when they take breaks every set. But I think I'm a little bit like you. Like I like to, when I get going and I'm good. So I just gotta make sure that I get going. So it's mainly the beginning, not the remainder of the match.
Yeah. Yeah, for me after the second set, say it's a race to 4, maybe after the second set I would take a break just because you've been at the table for so long. But taking a break after 30 minutes or something, or less than an hour, it's never really been my thing.
Yeah, I think that is really these kind of things. That's the beauty of the sport we chose. I mean, a lot of people don't realize that it's just so personal. Well, and I guess Raki Constantino is taking her break too. She's like, well, suddenly I have to check out the restroom as well. No, you never know.
Mhm.
But I think that's the beauty of the game. There's so many. I mean, there is many choices we can make at the table that have to be right. But there's also two sides of the story on the side.
Yeah, it's even, the personal choice of how fast are you going to play. Some players are much more methodical. Some players just get up and go at the balls. I was watching a race to 35 today on stream. It took about 11 hours. I played one of the players before too. A couple times we've played challenge matches, and I've noticed he's a slow player, and it kind of got in my mind like, now this guy's taking 11 hours for a race to 35. Like, do I ever want to play him again? Because it's not my style, right?
That is a very interesting thought, actually. I have to give me some time. I'll get back with a reply. Well, it's always in pool. Also, I think it's always more difficult for a faster player to be enjoying again this beautiful sport that we chose. I think not saying the slower players don't enjoy the game. I'm more saying because they're so fast and they're so used to being fast, I think they can only be slowed down. If someone plays faster,
Right.
they will love it. They, like
Hmm.
it's a different dimension, I think.
Looks like the 5 passes the 9 here.
Now the only thing, obviously, we did not really see, or well, we only get the angles we get. I was just wondering, like, would maybe Rubilen or Cheska would they be there to? No, maybe just a small word, you know. They don't have to watch the whole match. They could just be there whenever she left the arena for maybe a minute and say, maybe she would be going like, "Ah, man, I was up and I was playing so well. Now I'm struggling." And it sometimes only takes 10, 15 words to get someone's mind straight. Just wondering
Yeah.
if it might have happened. I mean, we don't know, but just wondering.
No, that's a great call,
Nice cue ball
actually.
here.
Yeah. Not afraid to play the speed, Constantino. Yeah, if you have a coach and if you have someone that's a kind of a motivator for you, that could be another reason to take a break. Got through the rack in less than 2 minutes here, Tim. Some tough shots, too.
This 9 for break and run. Excellent break and run, actually. She didn't get the shape she wanted to have on the 5 ball. But overall, I would say, very clean stuff from Raki Constantino. Beautiful break and run.
And I wonder if this next generation of women's Filipino players will be kind of more on the freewheeling side, because both Cheska and Rublin are. Those would be their kind of idols. So I wonder if it'll be a typical style of the next generation.
Well, this is not to make things difficult for you, but have we ever seen a slow Filipino player?
Yeah, I think the men can trend towards it a little more, but yeah,
But they've
I
never
wouldn't,
been
I
slow.
wouldn't, no, I wouldn't call them methodical. They just kind of play the table as it lies.
Yeah, and I think the nature of their game is just a little bit more speedy. And I would say, I mean, with them being probably the strongest country in the world playing pool, or, I mean, definitely quite high in the rankings, I would say other countries could learn knowing that it works for them, so it must have some kind of, well, benefits. Definitely.
Value. Yeah. Yeah, I believe rotation should be played at a good pace. I mean, the numbers on the balls are dictating what you got to shoot next. It's only a certain amount of shots that can be played on each turn. Safe error here from Lim. So another chance to see if Constantino can mount on her comeback. Trying to get a little more stun out of that ball. Could be straight enough to roll through the angle. She'll want to be. Just a little too much though, so has to play the 3 in the long pocket. Nicely on it. Be a little tough to get off the rail here, but she has the slightest angle going to the right.
Oh, well. Had a great line. Not exactly the pace. So, safety behind the 7-9. Would you choose to send the 5 ball more up table and get behind the 7? Or would you choose to play just the opposite sides? Or, in this case, the thin one on the 5?
Yeah, I like the cue ball behind the 7 there. Chance to take away all the easiest rails. What she played could have worked. Just caught it a little thick. Good coverage here. She will be able to get at it off the right long rail with some left spin. She's actually looking at it direct. I think there's a window there. No. Maybe that way with some right spin, but it's, yeah, 2 rails is okay too. Nice shot. Hit the proper side of the ball. Got rewarded.
Yeah, possibly quite difficult to spin into the ball 1 rail.
Yep.
But like you mentioned, I think that the pace was nice and proper side of the ball. So 1 + 1. Yeah, great week so far here in Vietnam. The fillers, Joshua and Pia winning the mixed doubles. That was, for most of the players, equipment has been phenomenal. I mean, everybody's been messaging me things that everybody's been very happy with how the tables are playing. Even though it's so humid there, the tables are playing a little tougher because of the humidity. The pockets are not grabbing as much, but the cloth is staying very new, so it kind of evens out. And everybody's been very happy with the Predator Arc table, which obviously I love to hear, because that means everybody can truly play their own game, and that gives us great matches to look at.
Yeah, the equipment's just increasing in quality with every new addition.
this would be some shot. This would be some shot. What did she just play? She just speared that 5-ball in. Slight bit of draw.
We're gonna have to put a highlight reel together of all her high speed, high difficulty shots in this match. What a hit it great.
Yeah, I agree. This is some outstanding stuff from Constantino. I mean, it's a pity that you cannot play every shot this kind of speed. Otherwise, she probably would win the tournament. She's been
Right.
phenomenal when she can let the stroke out.
Rocky won the rack.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, she
I'll give
does-
her a good chance and go ahead. Sorry.
Well, I was gonna say she does double the score again. She's now 2-0 up in the second set, but she did have a pretty decent lead in the first one, so doesn't really say much, I fear, for Constantino.
Yeah, I'll give her a chance to win this match, and it's rare that I say this. Just seeing a new player that haven't seen before, I would expect really good things from her in the future. Very talented, showing good knowledge of playing the proper shots. Just has to get a little more in control of the cue ball, but I think the sky's the limit for her.
Well, let me tell you one detail. I had someone sharing this with me. Obviously, you never know if it's completely right or not. But someone just sent me a message saying Raki is just 14 years old.
Oh my goodness, Tim. Wow.
I mean, by the time I was 14, the shots she's been making, I didn't even know how to hold a cue.
Whoa, I knew she was young, but that's really young. Holy. This is a coming out party for a great, gonna be a world-class player. Yeah, just, a little short on experience. She'll clean that up going forward. Little mistakes that maybe shouldn't happen here and there. But that's surprising. 14, holy.
Yeah, well, I mean, now I have someone else sending me a message. She's 15, but still in the
Okay.
range 14, 15, 16. I mean, I don't think there's a lot of difference. It's very impressive. Just very impressive. Oh, look at this. Oh, that could have been so much nicer if she caught a four ball just slightly fuller to push the 2-ball out.
I wonder if she's in the field for the World Junior Championships in Spain at the end of November. Definitely deserves it.
Yeah, if you get to play this kind of speed, the difference is also, listen, with so many federations and support we get overall, if you consider, I mean, I know the US doesn't have that much, but most of the European countries, they have somewhat of a federation where they get helped out to go to certain events. I kind of feel like Raki, she's playing. Wow.
Just fired in
She
another
is
great
playing.
shot.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like every time I start talking, she's trying to make me shut up. I mean, let me know in the comments. Just tell me. It's okay. I'm more saying like it's not as easy for young upcoming players from the Philippines, for example, to go out and be in Spain, for example, in the end of the year. Unfortunately.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what the sponsorship picture is over there, but I know they're getting behind players more, and you're seeing more and more Filipinos compete on the international stage, so I believe it's improving. But you're right, as far as organized federations, not the same as Europe.
Well, I think we're pretty lucky to have this many events still coming for this year. Pro Billiard Series really stepping it up in the last year, maybe year and a half. First row seats on every event. I mean, I would consider doing commentary is a first row seat. We just don't get the weather like they have in Valencia, for example, but overall we get the nice view. Players playing their heart out for a big title, so
I'm staying in good line here. She's had a lot to deal with in this match, and she's handled it pretty good. Sticking with her, trailing in both sets, looking to make a comeback in the second set now. Reminds me a little bit of Seo Soa.
well, I got more information actually on
Venus on the right.
the female side of the game in the Philippines. Did you know there is a Amit Cup?
I did know that.
Obviously
yeah.
named, obviously named behind or after Rubelin. And
yeah.
well, there's more to come. Don't be shocked.
Go ahead.
So all 4 Filipino participants in this tournament. So that's Rocky Constantino, Denise Santos, Sofia Rosales, and Carmil Buhat. They all have competed in this cup, and they basically just started to make sure female
For 4 Venus.
talents actually have a safe environment to go out and play as well. I think this is a phenomenal concept.
No kidding. It's great.
Ooh. Gotta feel a little bit sad. I think she actually broke the balls with nice pace, solid hit. Just look at the 4. Slightly bumped outwards and it hung up on her. And straight in shape on the 1.
It's okay here. Be a bit of work to get it onto the 4 properly. Can come 2 rails back. Small roll there, sneaking past the 5, but looking okay now. Still has to open the cue ball up around the 6. It's like a gunslinger style, Tim. Just recognize the shot, fire at it.
Well,
Wow.
this is unreal. I have to say, maybe that's one of the best I've seen of all. That speed into the side pocket always is tough. You know that. But that was,
Of course.
I mean, sure, the shapes, like, it's not always the best position here and there, but such a positive state of mind.
Extension.
It's her first extension.
Would you
of the
reckon
match.
she
Just
can-
thinking I actually
ahead.
think it's beating a scratch to the left pocket. I would have just go with high here, but oh jeez, was firing around the rails with spin. Caught the 8 a little too thick there. Don't tell me she's gonna slice this one in, Tim.
Well, I was wondering maybe she could have played to the other corner still with the drip of inside. Oh, needs 7 to go just by the side pocket, but I mean, with how well she pockets balls and the run out capabilities, she's still, obviously, she's very young. She still can learn a lot if she plays more with Cheska and Rubelin. Just on the safeties, kicking, break, maybe.
Sure. But what a foundation she has and what a talent. You can just see it in the way she hits the ball. Good sense of proper position, too. Try from Lim there. Long distance pocketing here for Constantino. Looks pretty straight. Might have to slow roll it. Hit it pretty good, but just off the mark.
Well, in the end, of course, it's nice to see flashy pool and speedy and, you know, nature, the real nature coming out. But we shouldn't be talking only about Constantino. On the other side, I think Lim is really hanging in there in this match. Also coming up with shots just not so aggressive and just taking things easy. But she did steal that first set. Oh, just played this a little bit pacey, but does have a chance again to make this 2 each.
Nice shot. Back to level here in the second set. Wonder if she has a nickname yet, Constantino.
Set to rack number 5. Venus to break.
Yeah, quick shout out to our sponsors for all these amazing events in Vietnam, of course. Shout out to Little Monster, Yalin, Box Billiards, Predator Q's, Kamui, and the WPA. Thank you so much for supporting our tour. Your support is very important, not just to us as commentators or to the Pro Billiard series, but also for the players. I think they need a solid environment to play in. And without the sponsors, I think it wouldn't be possible to create such environment.
Yeah, game's definitely come a long way in the last 5 years, and the sponsors are a huge part of that.
Well, I haven't been playing much lately, but we're just seeing so many events and the sponsorships and just sponsorships for events or players. So many great events. If you look at the mixed doubles, players they travel for 2, 3, sometimes 4 events on one location. I think might be worth it to start playing again, which
Attention.
I'm really sure a lot of, well, I'm not the older generation, but I'm more saying the players maybe from the 80s, they might feel the same about it. They might feel like, man, I have to start playing again.
Yeah, so much on offer now. Think she'll power up and try to come back up table? Could go 2 rails forward. We'd have to get perfect on the 2 in that case. Yeah, bring the highlight reel out again, Tim. Oh, unlucky. So maybe not unlucky, but scratching the side there. But again, just those power shots. It's so much talent to be able to target the ball so perfectly. Huh. Doesn't show too much emotion. The 5's accessible here, Tim? From around near where the 4 is, maybe?
Oh, I'm not too sure. I would say no. The one thing I'm very interested in is could she possibly play the 5 off the 9, but looks like it would be coming too high unless you're gonna cut it just exactly right off the 9 ball, so it's not a gimme.
Yeah, she did get that back cut angle. Ref's gonna have to be on top of this one. You're right, though. She might be playing it off the 9 as well. Barely available.
Well, I was wrong. And look at how nicely that 6 ball shaped up too. That's what I'm saying. Like it's so easy to get too much into how Raki Constantino is playing. But in the meantime, Lim, she hangs in there. She's calm, she plays steady pace. It's like a silent, well, yeah, how do you even call it? Like she, before you know it, she's there.
Sure.
Seems to surprise a lot. But if she makes, well, she could stop the cue ball here and take a longer 9, but it's 2 shots. She's on the double hill. Queuing nicely.
Venus Wanderer.
Yeah, gets solidly through the ball. On the hill now.
Yeah, it is Venus Lim, who's now on the double hill. This is a loser round match though, so the loser will be out. Of course, you could always look at it on a different perspective. You could say the loser has gained a lot of experience and many insights on things to improve on their own game. But obviously that's not what you go for. You always are trying to make the best out of it. So far, with all the impressive shots we've seen from Constantino, and there's Jessica Centeno. So she might have to do something with it. She might have some influence on it. But she is down at the moment, Constantino. She's not so Constantino yet, but who knows, maybe in the future. That might be the best joke I made today. So that's it for the jokes today, folks.
He got me laughing.
Well, thank you. Anyways, to get back to the important stuff, I find this a very difficult push. Because the one ball is almost available to play offensive from almost everywhere. Unless you push towards the two ball, kinda.
That's where I was thinking,
Oh,
somewhere in the top left area.
Well, I'm wondering, was it not? It was a push, right? This is after the break.
Yeah, she has a push option here.
Oh, well, I don't mind this. The only problem is you have to get the cue ball to the rail.
Yeah, she was trying to, just came up a
Like-
little short on the speed there. Still going to require a good out from Lim here.
Extension.
Great shot. Nicely on the two. Fairly open rack.
A little bit of bridge work. Always, I feel like a little bit more difficult to judge the pace. And, well, if you consider this shape, quite a big angle. I'm not too sure if she can hold it. She's going low. Is she going all around the angles?
Nice stroke. Didn't want to hit the 7, but ended up okay on the 4. Looks like the 7's blocked the most obvious pocket for the 6, but she can come below the 5 here. And play the 6 in the middle left. Middle right pocket, pardon me. Like 2 rails here, Tim. Into the angle a little more.
Yeah, I would say so. Just, oh, well, one thing is, it's always easy to say when it's actually happening, but the main thing is stay off the rail. Anything but on the
Yeah.
rail. If you get like maybe 2 balls off the rail, doesn't matter really where you end up, but you have something. This, I mean, how often have we seen this go wrong? She's going to the corner.
It's there.
Wow. What a
She played a
queuing.
great match. Yeah. 3 more balls to get through it. But she's really held it together well. Under a lot of adversity, too. Nicely played, and this straight in 9 for the win here.
Well, this 9 ball to get
Minus won the match.
going in the loser bracket of the tournament must be quite the disappointment for Constantino. But like I mentioned, it's not always a flashy play. Venus really grinded it out with some solid queuing.